Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Afi and I'm back again with another video. This video is another song inspiration. I think this is just I think they are both going to come out on the same day because I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Depends on how fast I edit. Because I want 3 videos out by the end of this week. I don't want them to like stay for too long, you know. Anyway, yeah, so this is a song inspiration. The song is going to be Faith Is by Ben Hastings. Literally just dropped 15th October 2021. Very, very excited about it. This is one of the songs that I've been able to connect to throughout the year. Honestly, if you have noticed, I have not been doing song inspirations. It's not for lack of songs in the market, it's for lack of connecting with songs in the market. That has been the problem. Yeah, so anyway, this one, I mean, there's a few songs that I have, and maybe I'm gonna do a song inspiration about those ones, or we'll just do a listening party because that may be fun. But yeah, just want to do this one. If you don't know me, my name is Afi, as I've said 1,000,001 times in this video. Actually, I do a lot of faith-based content. I do university life content. I do vlogs. I do just, you know, life stuff. Honestly, like, you know, if you've been watching my videos for the past month at least, you know, I've just been going through it. I've been crying about going through it for so long. At this point, I think we're all going through it together just because of me, but, you know, sorry. Anyway, yeah, so the song is going to be Faith Is. I hope you enjoy this video. So the first verse says, I'm not a lost sheep. I just feel alone in the flock. I think we all have our doubts. I just think mine just caught up. And I've been stuck in my ways. Oh, I've been scared to evolve. But the thoughts that I thought about you just don't work like I thought. You know, this line that says, I'm not a lost sheep. I just feel alone in the flock. Hey there. Hey there, talking to my soul. What can I say? Talking to my actual soul. I feel like when I say this, a lot of people who like go to my church, who know me, things like that, maybe like, oh my gosh, this girl, oh blah blah blah. Honestly, regardless of what a lot of people think, that line actually really just like feels like it's very true, you know. And it says, and it's because, you know, I think also this line is like a prerequisite for the next part that says, I think we all have our doubts. I just think mine just caught up, right? So it's kind of like the reason why I'm feeling alone in the flock is not because I'm alone in the flock or like I'm a lost sheep. It's just because my thoughts, like what I'm going through, it feels as if I'm going through it and like I'm the only one going through it. And so because it feels like that, I do feel like alone, right? Like that's the whole idea. And it says, and I've been stuck in my ways. I've been scared to evolve, but the thoughts that I thought about you just don't work like I thought. And I like how conversational this is with God. And even the other song, it's very like conversation, like I'm talking to God, like being like, by the way, like, you know, what I thought about you, it just doesn't work like I thought. Like I've been stuck in my ways. I've been trying to stay the same way I was in 2020, in 2021, and it clearly hasn't been working. For somebody who appreciates change, I've really struggled this year, and I think it's because a lot of this change is out of my control, right? Like I like change that I can control. So I like that I would change around my room. I like that I could, you know, pick up and travel or something. When change is happening to you, you're almost like a spectator in your own life. It's crazy. You're just kind of like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this, right? I'm not enjoying the music that I was before. Okay, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, what music am I enjoying now? You know, and people are like, you're obsessed with your last switch. I'm like, yeah, I'm freaking obsessed because who else will I listen to? Nobody else is speaking to my soul. Unfortunately, I'm listening to songs and they're just going through me. Honestly, like in one ear, out the other ear. What can I do about it? You know, like I kind of can't do nothing. Like I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm going to connect to what I connect to. And then if I don't, and oh my, like it's mad how much change just like it just happens to you, right? And so here, like being scared to evolve is like I've really been afraid of like, okay, fine, what I liked before. Like I've been so scared of letting go of things that I was doing in the past, because I've kind of felt like I'm losing myself, right? But things that I do are not my identity. They just are things that I used to do. So I guess working through that and just trying to figure out, okay, fine, who am I without all these things that I used to do, right? And the last line is, but the thoughts that I thought about you just don't work like I thought. And this is very, very true to God, honestly, and that's how I felt this year. It's been so much. Like, whew, I don't even know that I can explain it, because it's like you get an explanation about God and you're like, okay, fine, this is who God is, this is how God is, stuff like that, and I believe it and I'm here for it. I think the last time I feel as if I truly connected was in April. I had a moment of like, yeah, connection. Since then, it's literally been absolutely downhill, and the downhill began in February of 2021. So April was, I think, just like the last straw to where it was kind of like, okay, now we're gone, right? And it's interesting because very rarely will you find a new explanation of who God is, right? So if you're a unificationist, what True Father has explained, that's not going to change. What True Mother says during a rally does not change. Like, it's the same thing, said in different words, expressed in different ways, but the idea is the same, right? Like, when you listen to a sermon, like a Sunday service sermon, if you listen to even just like a normal Christian church, like, it doesn't change what you've had before. It's literally, it's consistent, said in different words, but it's the same thing. So it's kind of like, okay then, you know, I thought it was supposed to work a certain way, but that's not how it's working. But what do I do? No solution. I'm very like solution based as well. Like, I like to see a problem, find the solution, and work with it like that, instead of just having a problem and sitting there. What do I do with the problem, right? Anyway, the chorus says, are you finding these songs kind of hard to believe? Because I'm at war with myself and I don't like how it feels. I'm out here asking for miracles I don't foresee. Maybe faith is a gift that I'm yet to receive. I talked about how about a month ago at this point, I lost my ID, and that really just like, it like took me out. That entire weekend, I was out. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't deal. I could not do it. And then when I finally just like came back into being a human being, I was fine. But you remember that low feeling. It never, like, you don't forget it. It never goes away. Especially if you're not in like a high place, you're kind of like, yeah, you remember that feeling. And it feels as if, and I remember that day talking to my sister and being like, I'm tired of everything that is in my life in this moment. Like, I'm exhausted from everything. Every single thing that is happening in my life, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I don't know what else to tell you, but I'm exhausted from all of it. And it's because it feels like everything is a constant battle with myself, especially when it comes to like my mind. And I've realized actually this year I've been a lot more like anxious than I've ever been in my entire life. Honestly speaking, I've never experienced the kind of anxiousness that I have this year. And I have to constantly fight with that anxiousness in myself, like convince myself, okay, fine, like, you're anxious about this. Why are you anxious? Okay, fine, that's a reason. Cool. Is that a truth? No, it's not. Okay, relax. Just chill, it'll be fine. You know, and even and a lot of my anxiousness, I feel like this year has been caused by comparison. So it's been a lot of comparison, which I think I'm going to talk about I'm going to have an entire video about comparison, because for me, I always had people talking about comparison on social media, and I was like, oh my gosh, my comparison is not on social media. Honestly, I could care less about what people are doing on social media. I love watching people's lives. I enjoy it. I never compare myself with them. In real life, I feel like I'm constantly comparing myself with everybody around me. Every single person in my life, if you're watching this video, I've probably compared myself to you. Like, no lie. And it kills me. And it's so bad. It's the worst thing in the entire world. And that's where my anxiousness is coming from, is what I've actually noticed. And let me tell you guys, I don't know if that's true, but that's just the thing that I processed maybe about a few days ago. That's where it's coming from. Comparison has been such a huge thing for me this year, more than ever. I never compare myself. Oh my gosh, I don't care about other people. Like, I literally do not care about other people. But this year, it's been mad. And because I was comparing myself so much, I'm so like concerned with myself. So I'm comparing myself, and then I'm just extremely concerned with myself, and then that's just it. It's so bad. Anyway, and it says here, like, I'm out here asking for miracles I don't foresee. Like, I'm really genuinely being like, can I not compare anymore? Can I not feel this anxious anymore? Can I like pass my exams? Can I attend class and not feel like I'm dying on the inside? Is it possible for me to wake up in the morning and not really just want to go back to bed because I'm so tired of the world? Like, is that a possibility? And it says maybe faith is a gift that I'm yet to receive. And just, I think about the complexity of that statement. Like, faith is a gift, but I haven't received it yet. But if you think about what faith is and what we say faith is that we never see it as like this gift that you need to get. It's always like believing when there's nothing to believe in, right? So it's, I think it puts it so perfectly, right? Verse 2 says, I'm not a lost hope. I'm more like a house on the sand. And if the wind starts to blow, I don't know how much longer I'll last. And it's like, how do you put these things into words? You know, that's the thing. It's like, for me personally, I have been trying to express this the whole year. I could have never put it so perfectly. That's the thing. I could have never thought about it. I'm just kind of like, it must be so nice to be this, like, just so in tune with yourself that you can be able to express the emotions. I think for me as well, like being in tune with my emotions, with myself, with just how I'm feeling, me allowing myself to have emotions about something, that's something I've really struggled with. But something that actually I had like a realization maybe 2 days ago, and I was kind of like, okay, fine, what I need to do is just like process stuff. And I remember sitting down maybe 3 days ago and journaling a couple of stuff, and it was really nice. But yeah, that's something that I need to be a lot more consistent with, because before, again, as I said, I'm really like shifting, right? Before, I have this whole video on gratitude journaling. That's how I used to journal. It was all gratitude, it was all, you know, all of that stuff. But now I'm changing, I'm shifting. That isn't working anymore. It's not helping, it's not coming through. I actually find myself writing down like the date or like a sentence, and then I'm done. I'm out. I can't do it anymore. And so I'm hoping that this new thing that I've thought about is actually going to help me the next few months. Yeah, and I'm going to try and process like each and everything that's happening in my life, kind of like writing down a topic, like meeting with whoever, and then journaling about that specific thing, and then like, you know, whatever else that is, because I think that's how it's going to work. Before I used to do day by day, but I don't think it seems like too much is happening in one day for me to be able to process it all at the same time. So anyway, I feel like I keep like losing, you know, but it's like, no, I'm not a lost hope. I'm more like a house on the sand. And you know, the idea of a house on the sand, like not having a good foundation, and if the wind starts to blow, I don't know how much longer I'll last. And I've had those moments where I've felt like that, honestly. It's like I try so hard not to feel the wind, because if I do feel the wind, I'm kind of like, okay, if I lose my footing, I don't know if I'll get it back, kind of thing. And then the chorus says, are you finding these songs hard to believe? I'm at war with myself, and I don't know what I think. I keep asking for miracles I never see. Maybe faith is a gift that you wasted on me. And I like how all the choruses are different. That's the thing, like in this song, all the choruses are different. They're all telling a different message. And this one is like, I'm at war with myself and I don't know what I think. And I've had those moments so much where it's kind of like, I'm like, do I even want to wake up for this rally of whatever is happening? Like, do I want to even attend Sunday service this morning? Do I want to wake up for like morning devotion? Do I want to do this? Do I even believe that this is something that I want to do in this moment? Like, do I have a desire? Like, am I even like, and then someone will say something, I'll be like, do I actually believe in that specific thing? Like, I don't know what I think anymore. And it's very unnerving when the one thing that I was sure of now is a bit hazy. And it's not, and again, I feel like I have to explain. It's not hazy to the point of like, I'm not believing. It's just too much is shifting. Like, so much is shifting in me that it's kind of like, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, I keep asking for miracles I never see. And let me tell you, that has been my life. I've literally been asking for miracles that I never see. And I feel like all these videos are almost showing as if there's no good that has happened in my life. But guys, let me tell you, this year has been full of blessings. Like, it literally has been blessings on blessings. I don't know how to, like, there's just been so many blessings. I'm so freaking grateful. But again, this has also been an emotion. That's the thing. It's like you can actually have both at the same time, and one can is always dominant. And for me now, I think the dominant feelings are these ones of like, you know, I don't know, you know. So then it goes into the instrumental bridge, and then the final chorus. The final, actually no, I want to go to maybe faith is a gift that you wasted on me. That's a little bit heartbreaking, isn't it? Like, you gave it to me, right? Earlier it was like that I never received, and then it's like, yeah, maybe I received it, but now it's wasted on me because now I have faith. I was given the faith, but I didn't know how to keep it. I didn't know how to hold on to it. I didn't know how to protect it, right? I didn't know how to like just like let it continue living. And so the last chorus says, are you finding these songs kind of hard to believe? And then there's an echo that says, I believe, because I'm at war with myself and it's hard to sing while you seek. This is getting a little bit too emotional for me, but yeah, I haven't been able to explain why I don't sing. A couple of people have actually asked me this year. This year I have been asked that question so many times, like, are you still singing? Do you still sing? Why aren't you singing? Like, what's going on in that department? Like, I've been asking myself, why aren't you singing? Like, what is going on? It's just hard to sing while you seek. It really is just hard to sing while you seek. I don't know, like, I think, yeah. And I actually wanted to do a cover of some of the songs that just came out, um, but my voice has refused this weekend, by the way, so maybe during the week I'll see. But you know, it's been tough. And then it says, I gave you my heart, now take my unbelief. Oh please, because if faith is a gift, give it to me. So I gave you my heart, now take my unbelief. I think that's like, that really is the hardest thing to say, right? Because you have faith and then you kind of feel like, okay, now I don't have it, right? And it's like, who do I go to? And it's like, yeah, and I have videos where I'm like, who better to talk to than God? And it's like, wow, in those moments when I feel like I don't, I'm going to give that to you as well. And I'm going to come and say, God, in this moment, I don't know what I'm believing. I don't know what I see. I don't know what, you know, all of that is. And if faith is a gift, just give it to me because I just want it. I feel like you kind of feel like you need to earn it. You kind of feel like you have to go through all of these things, and people will make you feel like you have to go through hoops, jumping through hoops to get to God. But if faith is a gift, just give it to me because it just feels like these hoops are never ending kind of thing, you know. And then the outro says, if faith is a gift, give it to me. So yeah, I think I've finally managed to articulate how I have been feeling these past few months. I feel like I skirt around the issue. I say, oh yeah, I'm going through it, oh blah blah blah. But faith wise, I think I've kind of like dealt with it in these songs specifically. And I think because my faith has been so up and down and struggling, every other aspect of my life is definitely going to just like struggle and suffer and all of those things. Or maybe those other things impact my faith. I don't know which one is impacting which. Maybe it's both. But yeah, that has basically been it for the past few months. I'm so grateful to Ben Hastings for these songs because had he not released it, had things not made, honestly speaking, I'm also so grateful that I fell in love with Kenzie Elizabeth, and then I met Jessa Hastings, and finally met Benjamin Hastings, because I don't know that all of this, like, when I think about it, right? First of all, I met Kenzie last year during COVID. I think her first video that I watched was her addressing her and her like ex-boyfriend or something. So they had broken up. Me and Askujua story because mnamjua. So anyway, that's when I first met her. And she was this girl who like had faith. Nini, she had just moved to Dallas. She was cool, blah blah blah. Yeah, she just moved to Texas. And then throughout the year of me watching her, she's changed so much. Like so much has changed from the content that I first saw to now the content that she's producing right now. And I kind of really, really like her content even now. Like I have evolved with her somehow. I don't know. I feel like whenever I like someone, I'm very, very loyal. Like I stand by you. And it's not even because like I believe you, like I take you as Bible or anything like that. It's just that I feel like it's nice to see somebody literally living their life, like, you know, going through the true transition of life. So anyway, that's when I met her, and then I started listening to her podcast, which I actually kind of didn't enjoy in the beginning, and then I can't remember what it was that made me enjoy it. And then all of us, I think she also, yeah, had I feel like her interests now on the podcast shifted, right? And so it became a lot more things that I enjoy, and so I started listening to the podcast a lot more. And then I met Jessa Hastings, and my life has never been the same, because after I followed Jessa, I found Ben, and then I love Jessa, by the way, just saying. And yeah, I just think all these things actually led me to, and then Kenzie Elizabeth, another thing, she really likes Taylor Swift as well, and I'm kind of like, much made in heaven, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just grateful that I met her. I think that's one of the blessings, honestly. So if I'm noting down blessings, I'm like meeting Kenzie Elizabeth on the internet. I just finding her YouTube channel was so good for me. Yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say about this. I hope you enjoyed this very, very vulnerable video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.